The man only glanced at the woman, and she immediately threw away the bread in her hand, pushed the tableware aside, and slowly crawled across the dining table toward him. They became intimate right there in the restaurant, as they were the only two awake on the entire spaceship. This was because the spaceship, originally set to travel for 120 years to a new planet, had malfunctioned. Over 5,000 humans were supposed to be in cryogenic sleep, but the artificial intelligence controlling the ship had woken them prematurely. They were supposed to be awakened 4 months before arriving at their destination, but as the ship passed through an asteroid belt, the AI concentrated all its energy on the protective shield to fend off the large asteroids. Though it shattered the asteroids, the shockwave caused a malfunction in cryogenic pod number 1498. Engineer John was awakened early. Upon waking up, John realized the spaceship had only been in space for 30 years and still had another 90 years to go before reaching its destination. He attempted to contact Earth but learned that the information wouldn't reach Earth for another 19 years, and a reply would take at least 55 years. So, John began living alone on the spaceship, exploring luxury cabins, eating gourmet meals, and playing games, but the loneliness grew unbearable. In a fit of anger, he threw a wine bottle and discovered a hidden passage. After donning his spacesuit and stepping outside the ship, John looked out at the vast universe. The overwhelming fear of isolation made him abandon his suicidal thoughts. On the way back, he accidentally stepped on the wine bottle and fell, but during his fall, he spotted Ellie in her cryogenic pod. John forcibly activated Ellie's pod, waking her. After going through the same confusion, she too accepted the reality of their situation. The two began living together on the spaceship, swimming, working out, and gradually developing feelings for each other. After John confessed his feelings to Ellie using a remote-controlled robot, they began a formal relationship. However, the robot, Arthur, inadvertently revealed the truth to Ellie, that she had been awakened forcibly. Ellie was furious and hit John repeatedly, though she didn't go as far as to kill him. As the spaceship's systems deteriorated further, with elevators trapping people and meal dispensers malfunctioning, deck supervisor William, whose pod had malfunctioned and left his body unable to function properly, woke up. His body had already begun to deteriorate. William, who led them to inspect the ship, collapsed. After handing over his authority to John, he died. John and Ellie discovered multiple holes in the power area of the ship's main control room. They later found that the reactor's exhaust function had failed. John had no choice but to put on his spacesuit and manually open the exhaust. With a shield in hand, he flew outside. When he reached the exhaust valve, he realized that he had to keep pulling the switch to open the hatch. After Ellie released the valve, all the airflow rushed toward John, but fortunately, he managed to block it with his shield. However, soon after, he was knocked away by the force of the energy and the tether was severed. Luckily, Ellie managed to rescue him just in time, using the medical pod's high-level privileges to revive him. Together, John and Ellie spent the rest of their lives on the ship. 88 years later, when the other passengers awoke, they found the ship filled with traces of John and Ellie's life, proving that they had spent their remaining years together happily.